Imagine walking into a room full of strangers, yet by the end of the night, you've made lasting connections. Communication is the key to unlocking this reality, enhancing your relationships and propelling your career forward. The ability to persuade and influence others transforms not only your professional landscape, but also boosts your self-confidence and social standing. This book is your roadmap to mastering assertive communication and harnessing its power to create profound impact in your life. Get ready to explore practical techniques that will make complex communication skills accessible and actionable. Win minds instantly. Unlock the secret to effortless persuasion, compiled and published by Verbal Charisma. Chapter 1: The Power of Persuasion Unveiled. Picture this: a seasoned negotiator walks into a bustling room filled with influential figures, and within moments, everyone is hanging on their every word. You can feel the energy shift, and suddenly, what was once a cacophony of chatter turns into a magnetic silence. This is the power of persuasion at work, a skill that can transform your interactions and elevate your influence. So what exactly is persuasion? At its core, persuasion is the ability to convince others to see things from your perspective, and ideally motivate them to take action. It's not about manipulation. It's about understanding and aligning with the desires of others while articulating your thoughts clearly and confidently. Why is mastering persuasion crucial in everyday life? It creates connections, fosters collaboration, and can easily lead to career advancements. Consider a scenario where you're in a meeting, advocating for your team's innovative project. The ability to effectively persuade your colleagues to embrace your vision can make all the difference. Alternatively, think about the missed opportunities when we shy away from asserting ourselves. A friend's request for help may become a point of avoidance solely because they lack the persuasive skills to articulate their needs. These examples illustrate that whether in the workplace or personal relationships, persuasion plays an integral role in shaping our interactions. To develop this essential skill, let's explore some practical techniques. First and foremost, practice the art of storytelling. When you weave a narrative around your message, you naturally capture your audience's attention. For instance, if discussing the importance of a team project, share an anecdote about a past success story related to teamwork that resonates emotionally with your colleagues. This technique not only captivates your listeners but also illustrates the value of your message in a memorable way. Next, focus on active listening. You may be surprised how much this simple act enhances your persuasive prowess. When someone speaks, give them your full attention and respond thoughtfully. Imagine a conversation where your friend is expressing frustration about their job. Instead of immediately jumping in with your solutions, acknowledge their feelings and ask questions that show you're genuinely interested. This builds trust and encourages your friend to be more open to your suggestions later on. Another effective technique is to tailor your language to resonate with your audience. For example, if you're discussing a new initiative with a group of colleagues who prioritize data, use statistics and facts to support your perspective. However, if you're speaking with creative team members, emphasize the vision and potential impact of the initiative. Understanding your audience's interests ensures your message is well received. As we embark on this journey of mastering persuasion together, remember that every interaction is an opportunity to influence. Embrace these techniques and witness the transformation in your ability to connect with others. Stay tuned, as each subsequent chapter will delve deeper into these skills, equipping you with even more powerful tools to enhance your communication. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for further insights and practical advice on improving your social influence. Chapter 2: Crafting Your Charismatic Presence. Imagine walking into a crowded room and instantly feeling the atmosphere shift as a charismatic individual enters. People gravitate towards them, drawn by an invisible force, eager to hear their thoughts and ideas. This is the power of presence, a skill that allows you to engage others and command attention simply by being yourself. At its essence, crafting your charismatic presence means embodying confidence, warmth, and authenticity in your interactions. It's crucial because, in personal and professional settings, how you present yourself profoundly affects how others perceive and react to you. Your presence sets the tone for your interactions and can either invite connection or create distance. Consider a scenario where you're at a networking event. You might encounter two individuals speaking to a group. The first person speaks softly, avoiding eye contact, while the second stands tall, exuding energy and enthusiasm. It's no surprise that most attendees lean in towards the second person, eager to engage. This highlights the impact of a strong presence. When you cultivate it, you foster an environment where others feel welcome and drawn to connect with you. To develop this skill, let's explore some actionable techniques that can enhance your presence immediately. Start by practicing powerful body language. When you enter a room, stand tall with your shoulders back, making a conscious effort to maintain an open posture. This sends a message of confidence and approachability. Picture yourself entering a meeting space. Consciously smiling and making eye contact with others instantly creates a welcoming atmosphere and encourages others to feel comfortable engaging with you. Another effective technique is to enhance your vocal variety. The way you speak is just as important as what you say. Experiment with varying your tone and pace, using pauses effectively to emphasize key points. Imagine you're delivering a presentation. A confident pause before your main argument not only builds anticipation but also allows your audience to absorb your message. This variation keeps listeners engaged and emphasizes your charisma. Additionally, developing your authenticity is essential. People can sense when someone is trying too hard to impress. Embrace your unique qualities and let your personality shine through. Share genuine stories or experiences that relate to the conversation. For instance, if discussing a recent project, throw in moments of vulnerability or humor that reflect your true self. This honesty resonantly connects and builds trust, making others more likely to engage with you. Lastly, practice active engagement with those around you. When conversing, invest your full attention, nodding and responding thoughtfully to demonstrate that you genuinely care about what they're saying. This simple practice fosters a sense of connection and leaves a lasting impression on your conversation partners. As you continue to cultivate your charismatic presence, remember that every interaction offers a chance to practice these skills. The power of your presence can unlock new opportunities and enrich your relationships. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we will delve deeper into the science behind influence and explore the mechanisms that drive connection and persuasion. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for further insights into enhancing your social influence. Chapter 3: The Science Behind Influence and Impact. Imagine you're at a dinner party, and amidst a lively conversation, one person shares a remarkable story about overcoming adversity. As they speak, you notice the way everyone leans in, their expressions shifting from casual interest to rapt attention. This captivating moment showcases the profound impact of influence, a critical skill that goes beyond mere communication. Influence is the ability to affect the thoughts, behaviors, and emotions of others, and it forms the bedrock of effective interpersonal relationships. Understanding influence is essential because it allows you to cultivate meaningful connections, drive engagement, and inspire action. The way we communicate can either elevate our impact or render us ineffective. Thus, mastering this skill is crucial in both personal and professional realms. Think about how often we encounter moments of influence in our daily lives. For instance, consider a manager who effectively inspires their team through motivational talks, encouraging them to strive for excellence. In contrast, recall a scenario where a colleague presents an idea but fails to engage the audience, leaving everyone disinterested. The difference lies in their approach to influence and how they tailor their communication to connect with their listeners. Recognizing these dynamics illustrates the importance of harnessing influence in any social setting, as it can shape outcomes and foster collaboration. To develop your skills in influence, I encourage you to implement several practical techniques. First, begin by mastering the art of storytelling. Crafting a compelling narrative can captivate and resonate with others on a deeply emotional level. For example, as you share a personal experience related to a professional challenge, vividly express the emotions you felt during that time. By bringing your audience into your story, you forge an emotional connection that makes your message memorable and impactful. Next, embrace the power of testimonials. Human beings are naturally inclined to trust the experiences of others. When advocating for a new idea or approach, consider sharing success stories from those who have benefited. For instance, if you're promoting a new initiative at work, recount how similar projects have yielded positive results elsewhere, highlighting specific data or feedback that underscores your point. This not only bolsters your credibility, but also encourages others to see the potential in your ideas. Another effective strategy is to practice mirroring. This technique involves subtly imitating the body language and speech patterns of those you wish to influence. For instance, if you're negotiating with someone who speaks softly and gently, adapting a similar tone can help create rapport and make them feel understood. It's a conscious exercise in empathy that can break down barriers and foster cooperation. Additionally, cultivate an openness to feedback. When you engage with others, encourage honest dialogue about your communication style. For example, after a presentation, ask your colleagues what resonated with them and what could be improved. This openness reinforces your commitment to growth and makes others feel valued, enhancing your influence. As you explore these techniques, remember that influence is not a one-time act, but an ongoing process of connection and engagement. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice and refine your skills, making your presence felt in a positive way. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll dive deeper into the nuances of effective communication. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for more insights and strategies to elevate your influence and impact in every situation. Chapter 4. Speak with authority, not aggression. Imagine standing in a room filled with eager minds where the tension is palpable and every word carries weight. You take the floor, and as you speak, you command attention, not through volume or aggression, but through a calm, assertive presence that draws people in. Speaking with authority, without crossing into aggression, is a transformative skill that sets effective communicators apart. It involves expressing your ideas and beliefs confidently while respecting the viewpoints of others. The ability to communicate authoritatively is vital, as it fosters trust and credibility, allowing you to persuade and inspire without alienating those around you. Consider two professionals addressing a team during a crucial project meeting. One adopts a forceful tone, using harsh language and dominating the conversation, while the other speaks with a steady voice, clearly articulating their thoughts while acknowledging input from others. The forceful speaker may momentarily command attention, but they risk losing respect and engagement. In contrast, the assertive communicator cultivates an open dialogue, encouraging collaboration and mutual respect. This illustrates how speaking with authority can positively impact group dynamics and decision-making. To develop this essential skill, let's explore some straightforward yet powerful techniques. Start with grounding yourself before speaking. Take a moment to breathe deeply and visualize yourself in a positive light, confident, articulate, and respected. For instance, in a meeting, envision yourself presenting your ideas clearly while maintaining calm eye contact with your audience. This mental prep not only alleviates anxiety but also establishes your intention to communicate effectively. Next, focus on your tone of voice. An authoritative speaker doesn't shout, rather, they modulate their pitch and volume to maintain interest and clarity. Experiment with speaking a bit slower and emphasizing key points during important conversations. Consider a scenario where you're delivering feedback to a colleague. Rather than rushing through your comments, take your time and allow your words to resonate. This technique demonstrates that you value the interaction, reinforcing your authority. Another effective approach is to use confident body language. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, and maintain open gestures. When you enter a room, make eye contact with those around you, as if you're inviting them into the conversation. Picture yourself during a presentation. If you notice someone in the back disengaging, hold their gaze momentarily to draw them back in. This non-verbal cue enhances your presence and underscores your assertiveness. Additionally, practice grounding your statements in facts or experiences. When expressing your opinions, support them with concrete evidence or relevant anecdotes. For example, during a discussion on a new project, instead of saying, "I think this will work," you could say, Based on our previous success with a similar initiative, this approach has proven effective. By structuring your statements this way, you communicate your authority while also inviting dialogue. Finally, embrace the power of pauses. Instead of filling silence with chatter, allow moments of quiet to settle in. When you present an idea, pause briefly afterward, giving your audience time to absorb your message. This not only adds weight to your words, but also invites reflection and consideration from those listening. As you embark on this journey of speaking with authority, remember that your voice can inspire action, foster collaboration, and build rapport. Harness these techniques to enhance your presence and impact in any situation. Join me in the upcoming chapters as we explore further methods to refine your communication skills. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for ongoing insights and practical strategies to elevate your influential presence in every interaction. Chapter 5. Mastering the Art of Verbal Precision. Imagine standing in front of an audience, your heart racing as you prepare to deliver an important message. Suddenly, you fumble over your words, and the energy in the room shifts from anticipation to confusion. This scenario highlights the immense power of verbal precision, the ability to express your thoughts with clarity and impact. Verbal precision is about articulating your message effectively, ensuring your words resonate with your audience and convey your intended meaning. This skill is crucial because in a world filled with distractions and noise, the ability to communicate clearly helps bridge gaps in understanding and fosters genuine connection. Consider a meeting situation where two individuals present the same proposal. One speaker rambles through complex jargon, losing the attention of their listeners, while the other succinctly conveys their message in simple, relatable terms. The second speaker captivates the room, inspiring questions and discussions that enhance collaboration. This illustrates how verbal precision facilitates engagement and enhances the overall quality of communication. To develop this vital skill, let's explore techniques you can implement immediately. Begin by honing your vocabulary. This doesn't mean using overly complicated words. Rather, familiarize yourself with the language of your audience. For example, if you're discussing marketing strategies with creative professionals, employ relatable terms rather than technical jargon. Before a conversation, take a moment to think about the words you will use and how they will resonate with your listeners. Imagining a scenario where you're explaining a concept in layperson's terms can help you simplify your language and ensure clarity. Next, practice organization in your thoughts. Before you speak, take a brief pause to structure your message logically. Imagine a situation where you might be conveying your ideas in a team meeting. As you prepare to present, jot down 3 key points you want to highlight. This organization will not only help you stay on track, but also make it easier for your audience to follow along. Speaking with a clear beginning, middle, and end creates a seamless flow that captivates your listeners' attention. Another powerful technique is using examples to illustrate your points. When you make a statement, support it with a relevant story or scenario that brings your message to life. For example, if you're discussing the importance of teamwork, you might share an experience from a successful project that hinged on collaboration. By grounding your ideas in relatable examples, you provide context that enhances understanding and engagement. Additionally, embrace the power of brevity. In an age of information overload, less truly can be more. Challenge yourself to express your ideas in the fewest words possible while still conveying your intended meaning. Picture yourself in a conversation where you're explaining a new idea to a friend. Instead of diving into excessive detail, strive to share the essence of your idea succinctly. Practicing brevity ensures that your listeners remain engaged and retain the core message. As you pursue the mastery of verbal precision, remember that your ability to communicate effectively can create connections, influence decisions, and inspire action. Each conversation is an opportunity to refine your skills and build rapport with those around you. In the next chapter, we will explore how to cultivate the confidence that commands instant respect in your communications. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for ongoing tips and strategies to enhance your communication prowess. Chapter 6. Confidence that commands instant respect. Imagine walking into a room filled with influential people, and as you do, heads turn. There's something magnetic about your presence. It draws others in, making them eager to hear what you have to say. This is the power of confidence, a vital skill that not only enhances your communication, but also commands respect and attention from those around you. Confidence is the belief in your own abilities and value, allowing you to express your thoughts and ideas with assurance. It's crucial in human interaction because it influences how others perceive you, affects your ability to persuade, and creates a positive environment for collaboration. Consider a scenario in which a team is brainstorming ideas for a project. Two individuals present their suggestions. One speaks tentatively, using phrases like, "I think," or "maybe we could," while the other presents their ideas with conviction, stating, "I propose we take this approach." The second individual, exuding confidence, captivates the room and generates enthusiasm, while the first's hesitation leaves their ideas overlooked. This illustrates how confidence can significantly impact the reception of your ideas and the respect you earn from others. To cultivate this essential skill, let's explore actionable techniques you can start using right away. First, focus on your posture. When you stand tall with your shoulders back and head held high, you not only feel more confident, but also project that confidence to those around you. Picture yourself entering a networking event. Adopting this powerful stance will give you an immediate boost in self-assurance and inspire others to take you seriously. Next, practice affirmations. Take a moment each day to remind yourself of your strengths and achievements. For example, you might say, "I am capable and have valuable insights to share." By repeating these positive affirmations, you train your brain to embrace confidence as a core aspect of who you are. Consider a time when you felt particularly proud of a project or accomplishment. Anchoring your feelings of confidence to that memory can reinforce your affirmations and ground you when you need it most. Another effective technique involves preparation. Whether you're preparing for a meeting or a presentation, invest time in getting ready. Familiarize yourself with the subject matter, anticipate questions, and practice your delivery. Imagine you're gearing up for a big pitch. The more prepared you feel, the more confident you will be when the moment arrives. This preparation creates a sense of control that empowers you to participate actively and assertively. Additionally, embrace eye contact. When you engage with others, maintaining eye contact communicates confidence and sincerity. Picture yourself in a conversation with a colleague. As they speak, making eye contact signals that you value their words, and when you respond, maintaining this connection showcases your self-assuredness. Finally, take calculated risks. Stepping outside your comfort zone can help build your confidence. Engage in activities that challenge you, whether it's speaking up in meetings, joining a new group, or presenting to a larger audience. For instance, if you're nervous about voicing your ideas at work, start by sharing your thoughts with a trusted friend or mentor first. This gradual exposure will reinforce your belief in your capabilities. As you explore the realm of confidence, remember that it's a skill that can be developed over time. It impacts not only how you express yourself, but also how others perceive you, creating a powerful ripple effect on your interactions. In the next chapter, we will dive deeper into the subtle magic of tone control, enhancing your ability to connect with audiences on an impactful level. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Verbal Charisma for ongoing insights to cultivate your mastery of communication. Chapter 7: The Subtle Magic of Tone Control. Imagine two speakers delivering the same message under entirely different circumstances. One speaks in a monotone voice, droning on without inflection, while the other varies their pitch, emphasizing key points to draw listeners in. The difference is astonishing. The second speaker captivates the audience, leaving them inspired, while the first turns attention elsewhere. This exemplifies the magic of tone control, a vital communication skill that transforms ordinary speech into powerful connections through variation in voice pitch, volume, and rhythm. Tone control is essential because it not only conveys the meaning behind your words, but also evokes emotions, deepens engagement, and influences how your message is received. To illustrate the importance of tone control, consider a scenario where a manager needs to deliver constructive feedback. If the manager speaks flatly and with little enthusiasm, the recipient is likely to feel discouraged or defensive. Conversely, by employing a warm tone, the manager can soften their critique and promote a positive atmosphere. This shift can lead to a more productive conversation that fosters growth rather than resentment. Thus, understanding and mastering tone control can enhance any interaction, making your message resonate more powerfully. To develop this skill, here are some actionable techniques to incorporate into your daily communication. Begin by practicing vocal exercises aimed at increasing your tonal range. For instance, try reading aloud from a book or script, deliberately adjusting your pitch and volume to match the emotions portrayed in the text. As you read a scene filled with excitement, elevate your pitch and speak with more energy. Conversely, in moments of tension, let your voice drop, creating a sense of gravity. This exercise can help you become more attuned to your voice and its emotional impact. Next, focus on listening actively to how others deliver their messages. Observe the speakers you admire, noting how they use tone to enhance their communication. Whether it's a captivating TED Talk or a powerful speech, pay attention to how tonal modulation holds the audience's attention. Afterward, try to incorporate some of these techniques into your own speaking. Imagine you're presenting an idea to a group. If you recall the enthusiasm of your favorite speaker, let that inspiration shape the way you convey your thoughts. Another effective technique involves practicing pauses. A well-timed pause can add weight to your words and give your audience a moment to digest what has been said. For example, imagine you are sharing an exciting development with your team. Instead of rushing through your announcement, pause deliberately before revealing the key details. This enhances anticipation and positions your message as significant, making others eager to react. Moreover, record yourself speaking and then play back the recording. This exercise provides invaluable insights into your tone and delivery. You might be surprised at how monotone or unengaging your voice sounds during playback. Use this opportunity to identify areas for improvement and experiment with different tones until you find what feels authentic and engaging to you. Finally, always consider your audience and the context of your communication. Tailor your tone to suit the situation. When discussing serious topics, earn trust with a calm, measured voice. In more casual settings, let your enthusiasm shine through with a lighter, spirited tone. Staying attuned to the atmosphere will enhance your effectiveness as a communicator. As you refine your tone control, remember, it is a powerful tool that can shape the way your message is received. Mastering this skill enables you to forge connections and express emotions, ultimately enhancing your interpersonal effectiveness. In the next chapter, we will explore the pivotal role of body language in communicating authority and trust. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for more empowering strategies that elevate your communication mastery. Chapter 8. Body Language That Wins Trust. Picture this. You're in a meeting, and a colleague passionately discusses a new project. Their words are compelling, but what truly draws you in is their open posture, the way they maintain eye contact, and the confident gestures that punctuate their thoughts. This is the power of body language, an often overlooked but crucial aspect of communication that profoundly influences trust and connection. Body language is the nonverbal cues that accompany our words, including facial expressions, posture, and gestures. Understanding and mastering this skill is vital because it conveys authenticity, builds rapport, and enhances your overall presence in any interaction. Consider a scenario where two individuals present the same proposal to a client. One presents with arms crossed and avoids eye contact, while the other stands with an open stance, making deliberate eye contact and smiling genuinely. The difference in their body language likely affects the client's perception and willingness to engage. The first may come off as defensive or disinterested, while the second exudes confidence and openness, encouraging a more productive discussion. This example highlights how effectively leveraging body language can create a powerful first impression and influence outcomes. To cultivate this essential skill, here are actionable techniques that you can begin implementing today. Start by assessing your own body language. Before any important interaction, be it a meeting, presentation, or casual conversation, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are your palms open or closed? Are you leaning in or away? For instance, when standing to address a group, consciously maintain an open posture that invites engagement. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart and let your arms hang naturally by your sides, or use them to emphasize your points. This simple adjustment conveys confidence and approachability. Next, practice maintaining eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication, establishing a connection and conveying sincerity. When you engage in conversation, aim to maintain eye contact about 60 to 70% of the time. Visualize yourself in a conversation with a close friend. Allowing your gaze to linger can deepen the bond of trust and connection. By consciously cultivating this practice, you signal to others that you are present and invested in the interaction. Additionally, mirror the body language of others to foster rapport. Mirroring can subtly create a sense of familiarity and comfort, making others feel at ease. For instance, if a colleague leans slightly forward when expressing excitement, you can match that energy by leaning in slightly as well. Remember, it should feel natural and not forced. This technique fosters connection without the other person realizing why they feel more comfortable around you. Another effective technique is to enhance your facial expressions. Your face communicates emotions even before you speak. Practice using expressions that align with your message. If you're discussing an exciting project, allow your enthusiasm to show through a smile and raised eyebrows. Conversely, when addressing a serious topic, adopt a more serious expression to match the gravity of your words. Check in with your reflection before presentations to ensure your facial expressions align with your intended message. Finally, pay attention to your gestures. Gestures can emphasize your words and add dimension to your communication. When recounting your achievements, use hand movements to illustrate your points. However, be mindful that your gestures align with your words. Exaggerated or inappropriate gestures can create confusion. As you harness the power of body language, you'll discover how it complements your words and fosters connections that resonate on a deeper level. In our next chapter, we will delve into active listening and its profound role in enhancing your influence. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for further insights and practical tips on becoming the communicator you aspire to be. Chapter 9. Active Listening for Maximum Influence. Imagine sitting in a meeting where one person is speaking passionately about their ideas while everyone else appears to tune them out, scribbling notes or checking their phones. Suddenly, the speaker stops, their enthusiasm dampened by the palpable lack of engagement. Now picture that same meeting enhanced by active listening, where each participant leans in, making eye contact and nodding as they absorb what is being said. The energy shifts, and what was once a monologue transforms into a dynamic dialogue. This is the essence of active listening, a powerful skill that involves fully concentrating, understanding, responding, and remembering what is being said. Active listening is crucial in human interaction because it fosters deeper connections, demonstrates respect, and allows you to influence and persuade more effectively. The more present you are during conversations, the more trust and rapport you build, creating an environment ripe for collaboration. Consider a real-life situation where active listening can make a profound difference. Think back to a time when a friend confided in you about a personal challenge. If you responded with genuine attention, asking clarifying questions and reflecting their feelings back to them, you not only provided support, but also deepened your relationship. On the contrary, if you interrupted or seemed distracted, your friend might feel unvalued, leading to a disconnect. This illustrates how mastering active listening can enhance your ability to connect and impact those around you. To cultivate this essential skill, let's explore some practical techniques you can begin using immediately. Start by practicing mindfulness during conversations. Before engaging, take a moment to clear your mind and focus on the present. Imagine you're meeting a colleague to discuss a project. Set aside distractions, such as your phone or laptop, and be fully present. This simple act of removing distractions will allow you to give your full attention, increasing your ability to understand and influence the conversation. Next, employ the technique of summarizing. After the speaker has shared their thoughts, Pause to summarize what you've heard. For instance, say, "So what I'm understanding is that you believe we should prioritize X because of Y." This not only shows that you're listening, but also gives the speaker a chance to clarify any misunderstandings. It validates their feelings and encourages further dialogue, enhancing your influence and making the speaker feel heard. Another effective technique is to ask open-ended questions. These types of questions encourage deeper exploration and show genuine interest. Instead of asking, "Did you like the proposal?" you could say, "What are your thoughts on the proposal and how it aligns with our goals?" This invites a richer conversation that allows you to gather insights and express your perspective more compellingly. Additionally, practice empathy in your responses. When a speaker shares a concern or an idea, express understanding by validating their feelings. For example, you might say, "I can see why you feel that way. It makes sense given the circumstances." By acknowledging their emotions, you strengthen the connection and build trust, which is essential for effective communication. Finally, pay attention to nonverbal cues. Listening actively isn't just about hearing words, it's also about observing body language and tone. Respond appropriately by mirroring the speaker's energy. If they are excited, adopt a lively demeanor to match their enthusiasm. If they are serious, tone down your energy and focus on the gravity of the conversation. This synchronization enhances your receptiveness and makes the speaker feel understood. As you refine your active listening skills, remember that this ability can profoundly impact your influence in any interaction. The power of being present and engaged cannot be overstated. It is the foundation for all successful communication. Join me in the next chapter as we discover the vital connection between emotional intelligence and persuasion. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for more insights and effective strategies to amplify your communication prowess. Chapter 10: Persuasion through Emotional Intelligence. Imagine walking into a room filled with bustling energy, where two leaders are vying for their team's attention. One leader sticks to data and facts, making a strong case for their ideas. The other, however, recognizes the emotional landscape of the room, the stress, the excitement, the uncertainty. They speak not just to the minds, but to the hearts of their listeners. This is the power of emotional intelligence in persuasion, the ability to understand and manage your emotions and those of others to foster connection and influence outcomes. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing emotional triggers, empathizing, and responding appropriately to the feelings of others. It's crucial for human interaction because it allows you to tap into the emotional currents that drive decisions and behaviors, ultimately enhancing your ability to persuade and lead effectively. Consider a department meeting where a proposed change is met with skepticism. A leader who relies solely on logical arguments may find their message dismissed, while one who employs emotional intelligence can address feelings of fear and resistance head-on. By acknowledging the team's concerns and validating their emotions, this leader can create a safe space for discussion, inspiring openness and collaboration. This illustrates how emotional intelligence can transform resistance into receptiveness, making it a vital skill for anyone looking to influence effectively. To develop your emotional intelligence and enhance your persuasive skills, let's explore some actionable techniques you can adopt immediately. Start by practicing self-awareness. Take the time to tune in to your own emotions before entering situations that require persuasion. For example, before a crucial presentation, reflect on how you feel. Are you nervous, excited, or optimistic? Acknowledging your feelings allows you to manage them effectively, ensuring they don't hinder your performance. Visualize a scenario where you enter a conversation feeling anxious. Recognizing this can help you take deep breaths and center yourself, ultimately presenting your ideas more clearly. Next, cultivate empathy. Empathy is about genuinely understanding and sharing the feelings of others. To build this skill, practice active listening by summarizing not just what someone is saying, but how they might be feeling. For instance, during a team discussion about a challenging project, you might say, "I can see that this is a stressful situation for all of us." By validating their emotions, you create psychological safety, making it easier for your team to express their concerns and collaborate on solutions. Additionally, enhance your response flexibility. When faced with emotional reactions from others, adapt your responses to suit the situation. Imagine encountering a team member who is upset about a missed opportunity. Rather than dismissing their feelings, approach them with understanding. You might say, "I understand how disappointing this must be for you. Let's discuss how we can turn this around." This approach acknowledges their feelings while steering the conversation toward constructive action. Furthermore, leverage storytelling. Narratives have the power to resonate on an emotional level far beyond mere data points. When presenting ideas or proposals, share stories that illustrate the benefits or impacts of your vision. Picture yourself addressing a community group on the importance of a new initiative. By sharing a story of someone whose life was positively affected, you create an emotional connection that enhances your persuasive message. Finally, practice gratitude and positivity. Approaching interactions with a positive outlook can significantly influence the emotional climate. Express appreciation for others' contributions and support during discussions. If a colleague shares a good idea, acknowledge it openly, stating how much you value their perspective. This fosters a collaborative environment where everyone feels seen and appreciated, making it easier to engage and persuade. As you work to strengthen your emotional intelligence, remember that this skill enhances your communication by connecting minds and hearts. The ability to understand and navigate emotions transforms your interactions and empowers you to inspire action and change. In the next chapter, we will dive into the psychology of agreement and compliance, exploring how to encourage cooperation effectively. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for continued insights and practical strategies that elevate your persuasive communication skills. Chapter 11: The Psychology of Agreement and Compliance. Imagine walking into a conference room filled with colleagues, all eyes on you, as you present a new strategy for increasing productivity. As you outline your plan, you notice a slow nod from a key decision-maker sitting at the table. This subtle gesture signals agreement, and with it comes the power of compliance, the willingness of others to accept your ideas or requests. Understanding the psychology of agreement and compliance is paramount in any interaction. It involves grasping the underlying motivations and triggers that lead people to say yes. This skill is essential for effective communication, as it opens pathways for collaboration, fosters teamwork, and can significantly influence outcomes in both professional and personal environments. Consider a situation where an employee proposes a change to a well-established protocol. If they focus solely on the benefits without addressing the existing concerns of their colleagues, they may face resistance. In contrast, when they recognize the emotional weight of the established system and acknowledge the team's attachment to it, they foster a sense of inclusivity, paving the way for smoother acceptance. This highlights how an understanding of the psychology behind agreement and compliance can facilitate more productive dialogues and decisions. To develop this crucial skill, let's explore several actionable techniques that you can implement right away. Begin by establishing common ground. When approaching a new idea or proposal, express your understanding of others' perspectives and concerns. For example, if you're pitching a new marketing strategy to a skeptical team, start by acknowledging their current efforts and successes. By affirming what they value, you create a sense of unity and respect. This shared foundation enhances receptiveness to your proposals, making it easier for colleagues to agree with your ideas. Next, leverage the principle of reciprocity. People are naturally inclined to return favors. In conversations, engage in small acts of kindness or acknowledgement. Imagine you're in a negotiation. If you take the time to compliment the efforts of your counterpart or offer a small concession, they may feel compelled to reciprocate, making them more amenable to your requests. This dynamic builds a cooperative atmosphere, fostering agreement naturally. Additionally, employ the foot in the door technique. Start by making a small request that others can easily agree to, and gradually escalate to larger requests. For instance, if you want your team to adopt a new software tool, first ask for feedback on a related minor task. Once they've engaged with the idea, they'll be more inclined to agree to larger changes. This gradual build-up creates a sense of ownership and eases the transition. Another highly effective strategy is to use positive framing. When you present your ideas, frame them in terms of benefits and positive outcomes rather than focusing on negatives or potential issues. For example, instead of saying, "If we don't change, we'll fall behind," you could phrase it as, "By embracing this change, we position ourselves as industry leaders." This shift in language aligns with the psychology of positivity, making it more likely that others will comply with your vision. Lastly, practice active listening. When engaging with others, listen attentively to their concerns and feedback. By showing that you value their opinions, you foster trust and create a collaborative atmosphere. Consider a team meeting where you pose a question to the group. After soliciting their input, reflect on their ideas, and show appreciation for their contributions before sharing your own thoughts. This demonstrates that you're not just interested in pushing your agenda but genuinely care about their perspectives, leading to higher levels of agreement. As you explore the psychology of agreement and compliance, remember that each interaction is an opportunity to build relationships and influence outcomes positively. The power of agreement lies not just in persuasion, but in fostering a culture of collaboration and mutual respect. In the next chapter, we'll explore how mastering social cues and microexpressions can further refine your understanding of communication dynamics. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for more insights and practical strategies that enhance your communication journey. Chapter 12. Mastering Social Cues and Microexpressions. Imagine entering a bustling cafe filled with chatter, where you spot a friend across the room. As you wave, you notice a slight frown crossing their face, though they don't say anything. You feel a shift in your heart, a sense of concern bubbling within you. That subtle frown, an example of a microexpression, conveys a powerful message that words alone might miss. Mastering social cues and microexpressions is essential for effective communication. It allows you to read the emotions of others, deepening your understanding and enhancing your interactions. Social cues are the subtle signals we send through our gestures, posture, facial expressions, and tone of voice, while microexpressions are fleeting facial expressions that betray true feelings, often occurring within fractions of a second. Recognizing and interpreting these signals is crucial in human interaction because it enables you to connect authentically, respond appropriately, and build trust. Consider a workplace scenario where a manager presents a new policy. They enthusiastically share the benefits, but a few team members cross their arms and look down, signaling discomfort or disagreement. If the manager fails to notice these social cues, they may misinterpret the room as supportive, potentially leading to conflict or disengagement later. This underscores the importance of being attuned to the feelings and signals of those around you, ensuring your message hits home and fosters collaboration. To develop this invaluable skill, let's explore practical techniques that you can implement immediately. First, start honing your observation skills. Make it a goal to actively observe the body language and facial expressions of those around you in everyday situations. For example, during a meeting, notice how your colleagues react to various points made. Are they leaning in with interest or leaning back with skepticism? By regularly practicing observation, you'll begin to recognize patterns and learn how to interpret the emotions behind social cues more accurately. Next, practice mirroring. This technique involves subtly reflecting the body language of the person you are conversing with. If your friend is animated and expressive, allow your posture and expressions to align with theirs. This not only helps establish rapport, but also conveys empathy and understanding. Imagine discussing a shared interest. As they excitedly describe their experience, mirror their gestures and expressions. This simple adjustment enhances connection and makes the conversation feel harmonious. Developing emotional awareness is another excellent strategy. Take time to reflect on your own emotions and how they manifest in your body language. For instance, when you feel excited, notice how your posture shifts and your facial expression brightens. Understanding your emotional landscape enables you to recognize similar cues in others. Apply this awareness when your colleague shares their feelings about a project. If you sense frustration, respond with empathy by saying, "I can see this is challenging for you." This demonstrates that you are paying attention and value their emotions. Additionally, Enhance your knowledge of common microexpressions, such as surprise, anger, or pity. Resources like books and online courses can help you identify these fleeting expressions in everyday life. For example, if a friend's face suddenly tightens briefly, you might recognize it as a sign of discomfort or annoyance. Addressing this by asking, "Is everything okay?" can open a dialogue about their feelings, building trust in your relationship. Finally, practice active listening alongside observing social cues. When you engage in a conversation, nod to acknowledge understanding and respond to cues with appropriate verbal cues. If someone expresses concern, validate their feelings with phrases like, "That sounds frustrating." This fosters open communication, making others feel valued and understood. As you master the art of reading social cues and micro-expressions, remember that these skills enhance your ability to connect meaningfully with those around you. This profound understanding allows you to navigate complex social dynamics with grace and influence. In the next chapter, we will explore how to overcome resistance with strategic speech, empowering you to address challenges head-on. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for ongoing insights and effective strategies to elevate your communication effectiveness. Chapter 13: Overcoming Resistance with Strategic Speech. Picture a sales professional standing before a potential client who is visibly skeptical, arms crossed and brow furrowed. The professional senses the tension, but instead of shying away, they take a deep breath and approach the conversation with a strategic mindset. This moment illustrates the vital skill of overcoming resistance with strategic speech, a powerful technique that enables communicators to navigate objections and transform doubt into agreement. Strategic speech involves carefully crafting your words and approach to address concerns while guiding the conversation towards a desired outcome. This skill is essential because it empowers you to handle pushback effectively, ensuring that your message is communicated clearly and persuasively. Consider a personal example. You've decided to present a new project idea to your team, but as you outline your proposal, you notice some team members exchanging glances of skepticism. Instead of pushing through your pitch, you pause and acknowledge their hesitation, asking, "What concerns do you have?" This simple act of engaging with resistance can significantly shift the conversation from confrontation to collaboration, illustrating how addressing objections head-on can foster a more productive dialogue. To develop this critical skill, let's explore actionable techniques you can implement immediately. First, anticipate objections before they arise. Before entering a discussion or presentation, think carefully about what concerns your audience might have. For example, if you're pushing a new strategy that might involve additional work for the team, frame your preparation around potential pushback by listing their likely questions. By doing this, you can craft responses that show you've considered their perspective, making them feel heard and valued. Next, employ the technique of reframing. This involves transforming how you present information to highlight benefits rather than focusing solely on negatives. For instance, in the context of your earlier project proposal, instead of saying, "This will require extra hours for everyone," try saying, "This initiative opens up opportunities for us to innovate and improve overall productivity." By shifting the narrative, you can diminish resistance and create excitement around the potential positives. Engaging in open dialogue is another effective strategy. When you encounter resistance, rather than dismissing it, invite discussion. For instance, if a colleague raises a concern about resources, don't counter with defensiveness. Instead, respond with something like, "I appreciate your concern about our resources. How do you think we might address that together?" This collaborative approach fosters joint problem solving, which makes others feel invested in the solution. Another impactful technique is to use storytelling as a tool for persuasion. When addressing potential objections, weave in a relevant story that illustrates how someone else overcame similar challenges. For example, if you are presenting a new customer service protocol that some feel is too demanding, share a success story from another organization that implemented it and saw improved customer satisfaction. This not only provides evidence but creates an emotional connection that can drive agreement. Finally, focus on emotional appeals alongside logical reasoning. Many decisions are driven by feelings rather than facts. Acknowledge the emotional aspects tied to the resistance at hand. If a teammate is hesitant about a change in workflow due to fear of increased pressure, validate those feelings first. You might say, "It's understandable to feel concerned about potential stress." Once they feel heard, present your ideas in a way that aligns with their emotions, demonstrating how the change can lead to a more supportive environment or alleviate workload in the long run. As you work on overcoming resistance with strategic speech, remember that this skill is not just about pushing your ideas forward, but creating an atmosphere of collaboration and understanding. The ability to turn skepticism into support can significantly enhance your ability to foster productive relationships. In the next chapter, we will delve into the art of storytelling in persuasion, discovering how narratives can help you connect even more deeply with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for further insights and effective strategies to master persuasive communication. Chapter 14: The Power of Storytelling in Persuasion. Imagine you are sitting around a campfire, captivated by a storyteller who weaves a vivid tale of adventure, struggle, and triumph. As the flames dance and the shadows flicker, you become immersed in the story, feeling every emotion, ready to stand beside the hero. This is the transformative power of storytelling, an ancient art that transcends time and culture, drawing people in and inspiring action. Storytelling in persuasion involves crafting narratives that connect emotionally with an audience, making your message not only memorable, but also compelling. It is crucial in human interaction because stories resonate on a deeper level than mere facts or statistics. They engage the heart as well as the mind, fostering empathy and connection. Consider how a parent might use storytelling to teach their child a lesson. Rather than just stating the importance of honesty, they might tell a story about a character who loses the trust of their friends because they lied. The child, drawn into the narrative, learns the lesson not as a directive, but as an emotional experience that sticks with them. This illustrates how effective storytelling can create lasting impressions and influence behavior, whether in parenting, leadership, or sales. To harness the power of storytelling in your persuasive efforts, let's explore actionable techniques that you can begin using today. First, start with a relatable premise. The most compelling stories often hinge on universal themes that resonate with your audience. As you prepare to present an idea, think about the common experiences that connect you to your listeners. If you're pitching a new marketing strategy to your team, share a story of how a similar approach led to success in the past. This can create an immediate connection and pique their interest as they relate to the characters in your story. Next, embrace emotional engagement. The magic of storytelling lies in its ability to evoke emotions. When sharing your narrative, use sensory details to paint a vivid picture. Describe the sights, sounds, and feelings involved. For example, when recounting a personal experience, use phrases like, "I could feel the exhilaration coursing through my veins as I took the leap," to draw your audience in. This sensory engagement creates a strong emotional response, which enhances receptivity to your message. Also, incorporate a clear conflict or challenge in your stories. Humans are naturally drawn to conflict as it creates tension and propels narratives forward. When you share a story of overcoming an obstacle, you not only engage your audience, but also showcase resilience and provide inspiration. Imagine sharing a tale of a time when you faced significant pushback on an initiative you believed in and how you navigated through those challenges. By illustrating the struggle, you make your message more relatable and impactful. Another effective technique is to end with a call to action that ties back to your story. After recounting your narrative, clearly articulate what you want your audience to do. This could be anything from adopting a new policy to embracing a fresh perspective. For instance, after sharing a poignant story of transformation within your organization, say, "Let's commit to this change together and become the champions of innovation." This way, your story concludes not just as a compelling narrative, but as a rallying cry for collective action. Finally, practice telling your stories. The more you rehearse delivering them, the more natural and confident you will become. Consider role-playing with peers or recording yourself to observe your delivery style and refine your technique. This practice allows you to discover which aspects resonate most with your audience and enhances your storytelling prowess over time. As you integrate storytelling into your persuasive toolkit, remember that this art form has the potential to captivate, influence, and inspire. Stories foster deeper connections and can rally people to a cause or idea. In the next chapter, we will explore how to handle difficult conversations like a pro, equipping you with tactics to manage challenging dialogues confidently. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for insightful strategies to enhance your communication skills and weave compelling narratives in every interaction. Chapter 15: Handling Difficult Conversations Like a Pro. Imagine sitting across from a colleague in a dimly lit conference room, the air thick with tension as you prepare to deliver feedback on their recent performance. You know this conversation could lead to defensiveness or even conflict if not handled correctly. Yet you also recognize its potential to foster growth and understanding. This moment captures the essence of handling difficult conversations, an invaluable skill defined by the ability to navigate challenging discussions with empathy, clarity, and confidence. This skill is essential because it often determines the outcome of professional relationships and is fundamental to effective communication. Engaging in tough dialogues can lead to resolution, personal and organizational growth, and stronger connections when approached correctly. Consider a situation where a manager must address a team member's ongoing issues with punctuality. If the manager employs a harsh tone or frames the conversation as a mere reprimand, the employee may respond with defensiveness, shutting down any possibility for constructive dialogue. Conversely, a manager who approaches the issue empathetically, expressing concern and a desire to understand the underlying challenges, opens the door to a more productive exchange where solutions can be found. This highlights the importance of maintaining a constructive approach, allowing all parties to express their perspectives and work collaboratively towards solutions. To effectively handle challenging conversations, let's explore several actionable techniques you can begin implementing right away. Start by preparing mentally and emotionally before the dialogue. Take a few moments to reflect on your own feelings and the objectives of the conversation. Picture yourself entering the discussion with an open heart and mind. For instance, if addressing an employee's missed deadlines, focus on sharing your intention to support, not criticize. This mindset will ground you and pave the way for a more open exchange. Next, practice active listening. During the conversation, ensure you truly hear the other person's perspective without interrupting or planning your response while they are speaking. Imagine yourself in a dialogue with someone who appears defensive. By genuinely listening and nodding as they express their frustrations, you demonstrate that you respect their feelings and thoughts. After they've completed their thoughts, summarize what you've heard to show your understanding, saying something like, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed with your current workload." This approach can diffuse tension and encourages a more productive follow-up discussion. Another effective technique is to use I statements instead of you statements. This subtle shift can significantly change the tone of the conversation. Rather than saying, "You need to be more punctual," reframe it as, "I've noticed that you've been late a few times, and I'm concerned about the impact it may have on the team." This approach helps the other person refrain from feeling attacked and opens the door for a more collaborative discussion about the situation. Further, aim to create a safe space for dialogue. Before beginning a challenging conversation, let the other person know that you value their input and that the conversation is a chance for mutual growth. For example, you might say, "I'd like us to discuss some areas where we can improve our collaboration." This establishes a tone of partnership, encouraging them to engage openly rather than defensively. Lastly, always be ready to explore solutions together. After discussing the challenges or issues, pivot the conversation toward finding constructive outcomes. Ask open-ended questions like, "What can we do to ensure we are on the same page going forward?" This approach encourages collaboration and fosters a sense of teamwork, focused on moving forward positively. As you work on your ability to handle difficult conversations, remember that each discussion presents an opportunity for growth and connection. When approached with empathy and strategies, these conversations can strengthen relationships and lead to productive outcomes. In the next chapter, we will explore the art of saying no without guilt, equipping you with the confidence to set boundaries effectively. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for insights and practical strategies to enhance your communication skills in every interaction. Chapter 16: The Art of Saying No Without Guilt. Imagine sitting in a brightly lit cafe, chatting with a friend who has just asked you to join them for an event you know you cannot attend. As you prepare to respond, you feel a wave of guilt wash over you. What will they think? Will they be disappointed? This common scenario underscores a vital communication skill: learning to say no gracefully. Saying no without guilt is the ability to decline requests respectfully while maintaining relationships and self-respect. It's essential because it empowers you to prioritize your own needs and boundaries, ensuring that you can invest your time and energy where it matters most without feeling obligated or pressured. Consider how someone might approach this situation poorly. A colleague, overwhelmed with work, might agree to take on another project simply to avoid disappointing their boss. As a result, they face burnout, declining performance, and increased frustration. Conversely, a colleague who practices the art of saying no would explain their current workload, stating, "I would love to help, but my schedule is fully committed right now." This respectful boundary setting not only maintains their professional integrity, but also reinforces their dedication to quality work. It illustrates how effectively saying no can lead to healthier interactions and better outcomes. To develop this essential skill, let's explore actionable techniques you can employ immediately. Start by recognizing your priorities. Before responding to requests, take a moment to assess your current commitments and goals. For instance, if a friend asks you to attend a weekend gathering, pause and reflect. Does this align with my current priorities? If it doesn't, politely decline while expressing your appreciation for the invitation. This way, you're acknowledging the other person's desire while honoring your own needs. Next, practice assertive communication. When you need to say no, maintain a calm and confident demeanor. Use clear language without over-explaining or apologizing excessively. For instance, say, "I cannot take on this additional task right now," instead of, "I'm really sorry, but I just can't do it." This clarity in communication reinforces your message and minimizes the chances of misinterpretation. Imagine you find yourself in a conversation where a peer pressures you to join a committee. Firmly stating your boundaries shows respect for both your time and theirs. Additionally, offer an alternative when appropriate. Saying no does not have to mean shutting the door completely. For example, if a colleague asks for your assistance on a project during an already busy week, you could respond, "I can't assist this week, but I'd be happy to help you the following week." This signals your willingness to contribute, even if on different terms, preserving the relationship and fostering goodwill. Another powerful technique is to create a buffer. If you need more time to consider your response, it's perfectly acceptable to say, "Let me think about it and get back to you." This buys you time to evaluate the request and prepare a thoughtful response. The next time someone reaches out with a request that catches you off guard, follow up later with a well-considered response that aligns with your boundaries. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Recognize that it's okay to prioritize your well-being and that setting boundaries is an essential part of healthy relationships. Acknowledge your feelings of guilt or discomfort as valid, but remind yourself that saying no is not a rejection of the other person. Rather, it's an affirmation of your limits and priorities. As you embrace the art of saying no without guilt, remember that this skill is about maintaining balance in your life and fostering authenticity in your relationships. By articulating your boundaries respectfully, you empower yourself and encourage others to do the same. In the next chapter, we will explore how to build instant rapport with anyone, enhancing your ability to connect with others effortlessly. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for more insights and practical strategies to navigate the complexities of communication with confidence and ease. Chapter 17. Building Instant Rapport with Anyone. Imagine walking into a room full of unfamiliar faces, feeling a flutter of nerves as you prepare to engage with new people. Suddenly, you spot someone across the room who catches your eye. With a friendly smile and an open posture, they approach you, and before you know it, you're deep in conversation. This ability to connect effortlessly with others is what we call rapport, a vital skill that allows individuals to create an immediate bond through shared understanding and connection. Building instant rapport means establishing trust and likability quickly, making interactions smoother and more enjoyable. It's important because strong rapport lays the foundation for effective communication, collaboration, and relationship building in all areas of life. Consider the workplace scenario of a new hire who walks into an existing team. If they struggle to connect with their colleagues, they risk feeling isolated and undervalued. Conversely, when a new employee takes the initiative to engage others by asking questions and showing genuine interest, they create instant connections that foster inclusivity and teamwork. This illustrates how rapport can transform initial encounters and create a welcoming environment, enhancing productivity and morale. To cultivate this essential skill, let's explore actionable techniques that you can use right away to build rapport more effectively. Start with active listening. When conversing with someone, focus entirely on what they are saying. Make eye contact, nod, and respond appropriately to let them know you are engaged. For instance, if a colleague shares their excitement about a recent accomplishment, show enthusiasm in your response, saying, "That's fantastic. I'd love to hear more about how you achieved that." This demonstrates that you value their thoughts and feelings, laying the groundwork for a stronger connection. Next, find common ground. Look for shared interests or experiences as a basis for initiating a conversation. If you discover that you both enjoy hiking, mention that and ask about their favorite trails. This not only creates a friendly exchange, but also establishes a sense of camaraderie, making it easier for both parties to relax and connect on a deeper level. For example, consider two parents at a school event discovering they both face similar challenges during their kids' school year. Such shared experiences create instant rapport and pave the way for lasting friendships. Another effective technique is employing the power of mirroring. This involves subtly mimicking the body language of the other person to create a sense of comfort and familiarity. If you notice your conversation partner leaning in and speaking animatedly, do the same. For instance, during a discussion about a recent project, reflect their gestures and tone of voice. This nonverbal synchronization fosters rapport by indicating that you are on the same wavelength, making them feel understood and valued. Additionally, be authentic. Vulnerability can be a powerful tool for building rapport. Share anecdotes and personal experiences that relate to the conversation, allowing your genuine self to shine through. For example, if discussing challenges at work, don't hesitate to mention your own struggles. This honesty invites others to open up, creating a genuine connection based on trust and mutual understanding. Finally, practice gratitude and appreciation. When someone shares their thoughts, thank them for their insights. A simple expression like, "I really appreciate you sharing that with me," reinforces a positive atmosphere and encourages further engagement. As you work to build instant rapport with anyone, remember that the skill of connection enriches your interactions and facilitates communication. The ability to relate to others on a personal level can profoundly enhance both your professional and personal relationships. In the next chapter, we will explore negotiation tactics for unstoppable success, enabling you to navigate complex conversations with confidence and skill. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for continued guidance and practical techniques to elevate your communication effectiveness. Chapter 18. Negotiation Tactics for Unstoppable Success. Imagine standing in a conference room, heart pounding as you prepare to negotiate a significant contract. The stakes are high, and both parties are eager to get the best deal. You take a deep breath, recalling a time when a friend lost a negotiation due to lack of preparation and confidence. This memory fuels your determination to succeed. Negotiation tactics are essential skills that empower you to engage effectively in discussions to reach mutually beneficial agreements. Mastering these techniques not only enhances your chances of success, but also builds lasting relationships, ensuring that all parties feel valued and satisfied with the outcome. Effective negotiation is about more than just winning. It's about collaboration, understanding needs, and finding solutions that work for everyone involved. Consider a scenario where two businesses meet to discuss a partnership. One side may approach the table armed with flexibility and a willingness to listen, while the other comes in with an inflexible mindset. When the first team remains open to adjusting their terms, they often discover creative solutions that not only meet their objectives, but also address the concerns of their potential partner. This illustrates the power of employing effective negotiation tactics and the role of flexibility in achieving favorable outcomes. To help you develop these vital skills, let's explore several actionable techniques that you can implement right away. Start by establishing a clear goal before entering any negotiation. Know what you want to achieve, but also identify your non-negotiables and areas where you can compromise. For example, if you're negotiating a salary, determine the minimum amount you'd accept while also reflecting on what would excite you about the role. This preparation will help you approach the negotiation with confidence, ensuring that you remain focused on your objectives throughout the discussion. Next, practice active listening. Instead of thinking solely about what you want to say next, focus on genuinely understanding what the other party is expressing. When they articulate their concerns or needs, acknowledge them. Say, "I hear what you're saying, and I understand why that matters to you." By demonstrating that you value their perspective, you create an atmosphere of collaboration that can lead to more fruitful discussions. Additionally, utilize the power of questions. Asking open-ended questions encourages dialogue and provides valuable insights into the other party's priorities. Consider during a discussion about project timelines, you might ask, "What are your key concerns about the current timeline?" This not only opens the floor for them to share, but also positions you to address their concerns effectively and find common ground. Furthermore, employ the tactic of anchoring. This involves starting the negotiation with a specific offer or request, which can serve as a psychological reference point for the discussion. For instance, if you're discussing the price of a service, present a well-researched initial offer that reflects your expectations. By anchoring the numbers at a favorable position, you set the stage for discussions that can veer toward your desired outcome. Lastly, keep your emotions in check. Negotiations can become heated, but losing your temper or becoming overly emotional can jeopardize the conversation. Practice techniques such as deep breathing or taking a pause if you feel tension rising. For example, if faced with a challenging objection, rather than reacting defensively, take a moment to breathe deeply, regain your composure, and then respond thoughtfully. As you hone your negotiation skills, remember that these are not merely tactics, but tools that promote understanding and collaboration. Mastery of negotiation creates pathways for success and fosters productive relationships in all areas of life. In the next chapter, we will explore how to turn skeptics into supporters effortlessly, enhancing your ability to influence and inspire. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for ongoing insights and practical strategies to elevate your communication effectiveness. Chapter 19: Turning Skeptics into Supporters. Effortlessly. Picture yourself standing before a group of skeptical colleagues who are reluctant to embrace a new initiative you believe will benefit the entire team. Their arms are crossed, and there's a noticeable tension in the air. You can feel the weight of their doubts, but instead of freezing under pressure, you confidently approach the conversation with the goal of transforming their skepticism into genuine support. This moment highlights a valuable skill: the ability to turn skeptics into supporters. This skill involves using effective communication strategies to address concerns, build trust, and inspire others to rally behind your ideas. It's crucial in human interaction because gaining the support of others not only facilitates collaboration, but also drives collective success. Consider a time when a change was proposed, but resistance was met at every corner. For instance, a team leader presented a new software tool meant to streamline workflow, yet team members resisted due to fear of the unknown and the inconvenience of adapting to a new system. If the leader had solely focused on the logistical features without addressing the emotional concerns and skepticism of the team, they would have likely encountered failure. However, by taking time to listen, acknowledge fears, and clearly communicate the benefits, the leader could effectively transform skepticism into enthusiasm and cooperation. To develop the skill of turning skeptics into supporters, let's explore several actionable techniques you can implement immediately. Start by actively listening to the concerns of those who doubt your proposal. When faced with skepticism, create a space for open dialogue. For example, during a meeting, ask your colleagues, "What specific concerns do you have about this initiative?" By inviting their input, you demonstrate respect for their feelings and open the door to productive discussions. Engaging in active listening not only builds trust but also allows you to address misconceptions directly. Next, empathize with their perspective. Understanding the root of skepticism is crucial. If a colleague expresses concern about their workload increasing with a new process, acknowledge their feelings and say, "I completely understand that change can feel overwhelming, especially with our current responsibilities." This acknowledgement shows that you recognize their struggles, which builds rapport and paves the way for a more open conversation. Furthermore, share success stories. When introducing a new initiative, relate it to past successes. For instance, if you're advocating for a new communication platform, share a story about how another department implemented it and saw improved collaboration and efficiency. These anecdotes are powerful. They serve as social proof, making it easier for skeptics to imagine the potential positive outcomes of embracing change. Additionally, focus on highlighting the benefits that address specific concerns. When presenting your idea, tailor your message to demonstrate how it alleviates the worries voiced by your audience. If team members are concerned about adapting to a new tool, emphasize the training and support that will be provided to ease the transition. For example, explain that the new software includes user-friendly features that simplify existing processes rather than complicating them. Lastly, foster a sense of community. Encourage collaboration and involvement in the change process. For instance, form a small task force that includes skeptics to help implement and refine the new initiative. By empowering them to take ownership, you shift them from passive observers to active participants, reinforcing their buy-in and diminishing resistance. As you hone your ability to turn skeptics into supporters, remember that this skill is about building bridges of understanding. Through effective communication and empathy, you can foster an environment of collaboration where everyone feels valued and heard. In the next chapter, we will delve into the journey toward persuasive mastery for a lifetime, equipping you with the tools to become a consistently effective communicator. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for ongoing insights and strategies that elevate your communication skills to new heights. Chapter 20: Persuasive Mastery for a Lifetime. Imagine standing in front of a crowd, each person's eyes fixed on you, eagerly awaiting your words. Your heart races, not from nervousness but from the sheer power you feel as a master communicator. This scene encapsulates the culmination of what it means to achieve persuasive mastery, a skill that can influence decisions, inspire action, and foster genuine connections across all aspects of life. Persuasive mastery is the ability to communicate ideas effectively in a way that resonates with your audience, compelling them to embrace your message. This skill is vital because it opens doors for collaboration, enhances leadership potential, and enriches personal relationships, allowing you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with confidence and finesse. Reflect on the various times you've witnessed someone effortlessly sway a group's opinion or inspire a team with a powerful idea. For instance, think of a charismatic leader who artfully presents a vision for change, capturing the hearts and minds of their followers. Their ability to blend storytelling, emotional engagement, and strategic language doesn't just provide information, it motivates the audience to join their cause. This example illustrates how persuasive mastery is not merely about what you say, it's about how you say it and the connections you establish along the way. To embark on your journey toward persuasive mastery, consider incorporating several actionable techniques into your communication repertoire. Begin by refining your storytelling abilities. The art of storytelling is foundational to effective persuasion. Craft narratives that illustrate your points vividly and engage your listeners emotionally. When advocating for a project, sharing a personal anecdote about a transformative experience can create a relatable connection and elicit empathy. For example, recount a challenging time when your team overcame obstacles, highlighting the lessons learned. This approach allows your audience to envision themselves in the narrative, fostering a deeper connection to your message. Next, master the use of language that resonates. The words you choose matter deeply in persuasion. Aim to incorporate inclusive language that makes your audience feel part of a collective. Phrases such as "we can" or "together we will" create a sense of unity and shared purpose. Imagine you're addressing a group of volunteers. Using language that reflects camaraderie not only boosts morale but also inspires collaboration. Additionally, leverage the power of body language in your delivery. Nonverbal cues such as eye contact, gestures, and posture can significantly affect how your message is received. For example, when making important points, use purposeful gestures to reinforce your message. If you're passionate about the cause you are discussing, allow that enthusiasm to show through your expressions and movements. Engaging your audience visually can enhance their connection to your ideas, making your message more compelling. Moreover, practice adaptability during conversations. Not every audience will respond to the same tactics, so remain flexible and receptive to the dynamics at play. Gather feedback in real time, adjusting your approach based on the audience's reactions. If you sense disengagement, shift your tone or ask open-ended questions that invite interaction. This responsiveness demonstrates your commitment to communication and persuasion as a collaborative process. Finally, focus on continuous learning and growth. Reflect on your interactions regularly, identifying areas for improvement. Engage in role-playing exercises with a friend or mentor to fine-tune your persuasive techniques, soliciting honest feedback that will aid your progression. As you embrace the journey toward persuasive mastery, remember that the skills you develop will serve you profoundly in all walks of life. The ability to influence positively creates ripples of change, both personally and professionally. In closing, I encourage you to keep refining your communication arsenal, as each conversation is an opportunity to practice and evolve. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Verbal Charisma, for further insights and strategies that will help you thrive as a master communicator in every situation you encounter. As we wrap up this journey through the art of communication, remember that each skill we've explored, from building rapport to mastering persuasive techniques, empowers you to forge deeper connections and drive meaningful change in your interactions. The ability to communicate effectively can open doors, inspire collaboration, and transform skepticism into support. Now is the time to apply what you've learned and embrace the challenges that lie ahead with confidence and enthusiasm. Your voice holds the power to influence and uplift, so don't hesitate to use it. Thank you for dedicating your time to this video. I hope you feel equipped and inspired to take action. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Verbal Charisma channel to continue your journey toward becoming a master communicator. Go forth and create impactful conversations that resonate with those around you.